Yeah.
Hey, Vinny. Welcome back to Victoria. This time you're going to have the crowd on your side as opposed to the last two times. How's that going to feel for you?
Very good. Like, we're really happy to. I said it, like we have to, let's say, take the opportunity of this inconvenience that we didn't have our stadium available for this game, and to try to engage more people and to, I would say, do something special here in the island. We know that there's a lot of people here that, thanks also of the work that Pacific is doing too, that are very passionate about soccer. And so that's the way to, I would say, remind that, we are a BC team too, and maybe we can be their team in MLS and in the Champions League. And hopefully also this season we have a lot of games at 4:30 p.m. in Vancouver, so there will be much more occasion for the fans from the island to come to Vancouver and play and see our games. So hopefully we're gonna do a good show tomorrow and attract new fans.
You're familiar with the pitch a bit, the narrowness of the field. Is that going to affect how you approach this game tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. Like every, I would say, peculiarity of the field that you go, the turf is, a little different than our turf, and the sides are different. So it's going to affect the game a little bit. I would say not enormously, but of course, being in a field that is a little bit shorter and narrower, it's gonna probably force us to be even more focused and sometimes direct, because they're a very pressing team, they're a very aggressive team. But on the other way around, it's gonna help us probably and keep the distance and make them harder to break our lines.
Perfect. We will now go to questions online. We'll start with Michael, then Felipe, then Joshua. Michael, please.
Hey, Vanni, how are you doing? It's a nice sunny day. At least it is up here in Sydney. I'm assuming it is down in Langford as well.
Here is sunny, but it's cold. It's okay.
Yeah. So you're familiar with Tigres. You've seen them before. You know that they're a Mexican powerhouse. They're going to be keen to try and put this game to bed in the first leg, I would imagine. Is it an interesting one for you to try and balance the tactics? Obviously, you want to be entertaining, you want to go for it, try and get into the second leg with a lead, but you also want to make sure that you're still very much in the tie in that second leg.
Yeah. So these games are different than like the normal games or even knockout games when there's only one game, because it's every goal counts, and you shouldn't change your, I would say, attitude in the game with the change of a result. I'll give you an example. If you're going up or if you're going down, if it's like a normal game, of course, in the last 15, 20 minutes, it's going to change something. Tomorrow it shouldn't. Yeah, we need to be focused on the fact that every goal counts, every moment counts. So we need to be focused a lot on the performance, even more than usual, even though we say that we always been focused on the performance and not the outcome, because that's the only way to be in the clash in the game. I think it's a very big lesson that we learned last year. If you remember, in the quarterfinals against LAFC at Vancouver, we did a very good first half. We were better than LAFC. Then Buanga scored a amazing banger, and we just went a little crazy trying maybe to tie immediately and to try to get a little and became a little handsy, and they were very good at killing us in those 10 minutes and scored the 2 goals that basically closed the competition. And maybe if we lost 1-0, we could have go to LA and try to win it. So we need to take the lesson from last year and be better this year.
It's a baptism of fire as well to start the new season, and it's come obviously very quickly into getting ready for it. Looking at the readiness, the preparedness of the squad, are they where you thought they would be? Are they ahead of where you thought they would be?
I think we are where I thought we would be. So at a good moment, but not at our best. We have to be completely honest. They are much ahead of us in the preparation. So it needs to be an effort that it's going to be very important to be really good tactically, because I think being able on what we're doing on the pitch good. It's going to help us spare energy, save energy for the game, and try to match their intensity for 90 minutes. The other thing is that because the moment where we are, I think that for sure we'll probably play 60 players tomorrow, not 11.
That's great. Good luck tomorrow, and I'll see you tomorrow, Vanni.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael. Felipe, please.
Hey, Vanni, how are you?
Good, Felipe. How are you?
Good. I wanted to ask you about this being sort of the curtain raiser for the season. We've seen that in the last couple of years. Your team has sort of struggled out of the gates in the MLS season, and this provides you with a great, almost like a shock to the team to face such a good team right off the bat. Obviously, I know you're going to be focused on just this two-legged tie, but you also see it as an opportunity to start in the right place ahead of the MLS season so you can start well.
Yeah. I totally agree with you. We are here to try to go to the second round, obviously. But of course, we don't have to forget that we have the league that is starting in a month. So having the possibility to play 2 real games against a very good team is going to help us in our preparation, going to help us in getting in the mood to be as intense as possible. Hopefully he will help us to have a better start than the 2 starts that I had as head coach. It's not that hard to do a better start than the other 2. So let's say that we will try to do it this season.
And then from a more of a tactical point of view, last time that you faced Tigres, they played a 4 at the back. This time they've been playing more of a 3 at the back, and it looks like they're going to match you almost man-to-man in how they play. Are you expecting a physical sort of duels between all of your players going man-to-man, and it's going to be really a game about attrition at the end of the day?
Yeah, I agree with you. We expect them to be very aggressive and to match us and to try to go man-to-man. That's the reason why we'll have to be very good in our movement. We'll have to be very good in what we're trying to do, and everyone needs to be on top of their things, on trying to free space for the other guy to receive the ball. On the other side, we'll have to be, I would say, extremely, extremely focused on the ball, because their aggressiveness, it means that if they win the ball, they're going to be really, really dangerous against us. But if we break the first line of pressure, we have to be going as fast as we can. It's, if you remember the goal that we scored last year against them, it's basically should be, I think, how I expect the game to be. And and when we don't have the ball, we know that they love to be in possession of the ball, to touch the ball a lot, to play, to do a lot of rotation with those 2 side center backs that join the attack, and they are 11 players on the field. They are very good technically. So we need to be compact and being actually very zonal, like we are every time, but even more than usual. Being very compact, defend the space, and not being, I would say, eager to win the ball at every cost at the first moment, but force their mistake.
And then last one for me, obviously you know what it is like to play against Tigres, and I asked Brian this as well, but they have their own antics, they have their own dramatics that they like to do. Is that something that you like to sort of prep your players for ahead of the match, or do you just trust in them that they won't get too involved?
Yeah, we know, it's, to be honest, I love it. But, that's what I did last year. So we know that they're also a very experienced team. They have a lot of guys that are over 30 years old, and so they know how to manage the game in a certain way. They know how to manage the crowd, maybe the referee. So we need to be just focused on ourselves, and we don't have to go on terrain that are clearly better than us. And we need to bring the game on something that we can think that we're good at. So we need to be focused on our way of playing, our tactics, and our performance.
Perfect. Thank you so much. See you at the game.
Thank you.
Thank you, Felipe. Vanni, that's all we have for you. Enjoy training. Thank you, everyone.